up, guys? Welcome back to hour number 2 of Ehbon. Alright, what did you guys decide? What are you doing? The elves have turned and kind of started going back to town, and you four are... It's now morning from your sense of time, and you guys are standing around this fire.
I think we're all going to mount our horses and hold hands while Ricardo puts on the ring.
Yeah, someone will have to touch me on the shoulder so that I can put on the ring.
Okay.
Who's touching me?
I got you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
the goal was we're trying to take our horses and all of us, right?
Yeah, and all of our shit.
Okay. So it should be like horse person.
No, it should be mounted.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, we could do that too.
are you guys in a circle? Are you in a line? What does this look like? Can someone draw it for me without using penises on Roll20?
I can do it.
It's a tall order.
Is someone doing it?
Yep.
Good.
Can the horses be holding hooves too?
I don't think logistically that could happen.
They're
Yeah, let's
standing
look more
close
like
enough.
that.
Okay, so you guys are in a circle. Whoops, I just fucked something up. Holding hands, and Ricardo, you put the ring on?
Yes.
Alright. And let's go back to the main screen. I don't know what's being drawn here, but we're just going to delete
The
that.
ring,
What? It
yo.
was a ring!
Look,
To the
man,
diamond.
anytime someone draws a long, slender figure, cats, it's just automatically going to be deleted in Roll20 because of every other show that I play on. All right, Ricardo, you put the ring on. A flash of light happens and grows from the ring and keeps growing outwards and then shrinks back in. And you guys are now on horses in Darth's chambers, and he is in bed, from what you can tell, asleep. And you're just in his room on your horses.
Yeah, you're right, Rich. This isn't that hot.
I
I didn't know.
quietly
records.
dismount my horse.
Okay,
Okay.
Well, that was interesting.
you quietly dismount your horse.
Yes.
I'll be like, yo, Darth!
He doesn't wake up.
Okay. I dismount
Is
my...
that Darth?
I guess I hop off my horse and kind of go over and nudge whoever it is.
In bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should spoon them.
It takes him a second, and he kind of flashes your eyes, and he's like, he looks up at you, Rich, not really paying any attention else to the room. And he goes, I thought you left. What the fuck,
I
man?
just kind of do one of these, like, look over my shoulder sort of things.
He's like,
I'll be like, yo, Narsh!
wait a minute, is that the rest of your two humans? He's kind of like looking around. He's like, two
He
humans.
can't see me.
gnome."
I'm behind a horse.
He goes, two humans, elf. He's like, where's the gnome, Rich? Where's the gnome?
I kind of poked my head out.
He goes, ah, there you are. It's like, perfect. And you hear him go, guards! And the guards walk in. And...
I pull up my sword.
I pull out my sword, my staff.
Well, it doesn't really go in anywhere, so let's just say you have your staff in your hand.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll
we're
point
all-
at the
we're
guards.
Yeah.
It's like the guards walk in, and they don't really say anything when they walk in. They all see you do this, and it's like, now, guards, take them to their rooms, and we'll deal with this tomorrow. I want to fucking sleep. This is the second time I've been interrupted.
Okay, I'll be like, Narsh, you don't even have lungs, from what I can tell. Why do you need sleep?
He goes, Narsh is the town, Darth is the name, but everyone likes to sleep from now on.
That's
Or
why
every
people
now and
sleep
then.
to replenish their lungs.
Perhaps you should sleep because you don't even know where you're at, sir.
He has
What?
bones. And bones are
shall-
constantly being rebuilt.
He's like,
Have
guards,
you-
please, get them out of here.
Should I introduce myself?
I think we should just go to bed.
Fine.
I'm already hanging out with the guards. I'm ready to find my room.
Okay.
Riley, Rich?
Yeah.
I go the other way.
The other way being with the guards, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys walk outside. It's the same palace that Rich was just in, to kind of re-emphasize that, and they each show you to a room for every single one of you, so no one's sharing rooms or anything like that. And it is still very, very early in the morning here, but the guards show you in, say, "Here's your room. Let us know if you need anything else. Otherwise, we'll let you know when Darth wakes up."
Okay. I'll be like, Riley, you want to share a room?
I thought we all had our own room. Is that... Did they lie to us?
Huh?
I thought we all had our own room.
No.
No?
I mean, fine.
Like, okay, well, if you sound a bit offended, sure.
Okay,
Share
cool.
rooms. Cool.
The guard sees you going in his room, and he's like, "Well, good for him." And then walks off.
What about me? Why isn't it good for me?
That's just what the guard says. Maybe he's a sexist guard.
Yeah, sorry, the sexist now.
Everyone in your world seems a little sexist.
Yeah.
JP.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like I said, it's morning. Riley and Ricardo, you guys have slept for the most part. Rich and Cobblepot, you have not slept at all.
Yeah, I guess I'm sleep deeply or something.
Yeah, I want to go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, you have no problem going to sleep, but blah, blah, blah. Riley, Ricardo, it's a little bit harder for you to go to sleep. Also because you're sharing a room. Also because you
Oh,
slept
it's a little bit
through.
harder. I get it.
Yeah. Also because you slept through most of the night.
Okay. So I'll be like, hey, Riley, are you tired at all? I'm not.
Like I said, do you know any good bedtime stories?
Yeah, sure. Since we're sharing a bed. Do you have any scary ones?
Nah, I don't really like spooky things. Too spooky, too scary.
Okay. I'll tell her the scariest story I know.
You gotta tell the story, man. You can't just say, "I tell her the scariest story."
Okay. I'll tell her the story of my people dying, but then I'll add in sprinkles of lies, where
Like what?
giant monsters would come, and they would say, "I come from Darth. I come from Narsh, and I am here to kill you." And I'll be like, so Narsh people usually tend to kill people in their sleep. And it's pretty fucking scary.
I guess I'm too scared to go to sleep for sure now. Not that I was gonna sleep.
That was a pretty shitty, scary story, man.
Well, excuse me.
How did you defend your against the people again? You danced?
I cried, actually, because I'm a sensitive man.
So beautiful, Ricardo.
Nope,
How's that you done?
I go to kiss Riley.
Still turn away a bit, I guess.
What is
Dude,
this?
I'm so scared.
So scared?
This isn't the time.
Hold me. I can protect you from the people of Narsh.
Got my horse.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the horses
what the
were let
hell?
outside.
Oh, it's not in the room?
No, the horses were inside this palace, and they actually kind of like, they had mud and whatnot on their hooves, so they screwed up the palace a little bit, but Darth just let it happen. He'll have his guards clean it up.
Doesn't really seem to care about very much.
Okay, try to go to sleep then.
I can't sleep. I'm just totally fucked.
GG.
GG. Okay.
Ricardo, let's say that you can get enough sleep in. Let's just say you memorize your spells through the 6 or 7 times, or no, 3 times that you woke up throughout the middle of the night.
I can't?
No, you can. So
Oh, okay,
whisper
cool.
me your spell list. It's 4 this 4 instead of 3. Remember, because you leveled up.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh, I have my list here somewhere.
All right, you guys sleep throughout a good portion of the morning, since you didn't sleep at all during the night, and wake up around, let's say, 2 o'clock or so in the town, or in the palace.
Sleep real life.
Here's a question, JP.
Yeah.
How close is my bedroom to Dart? Like, how big is the whole place we're in?
Let's say that to get to the wing that you were escorted to, you left Darth's kind of master bedroom. You were led across down the hall. You saw the giant kind of what do they call it? Like master room or whatever the opening room or the door is, and you guys were led to the opposite wing of the palace.
Okay.
So he's in one wing, and the 4 rooms that you guys are in are on the opposite wing.
Would you say the house is longer than 120 yards? Just like to throw a number out there.
No.
It's not bigger.
It's not bigger than that. Yeah, that's like a football field plus 20 yards.
Right. So what I'll do is when I wake up in the privacy of my own room, I will cast Detect Evil.
Okay. Let me see what you would actually get from that. That's wrong spell list. I'm trying to figure out how do I answer this?
You want me to read you what the spell says?
No, I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
I mean, I guess the easy answer is, yeah, you detect the strong presence of evil around you.
I detect the strong presence of evil.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so fucking vague, though. Okay.
I don't know, like, how specific to... Because you're just casting it on the area, so the area would read that it is pretty evil, right, Neil?
Right.
Doesn't it detect in, like, a 10-foot path? Like, shouldn't he be able to give a direction with that?
It says 10 feet by 120 yards AoE. So...
Yeah, I think the way that it works is that you get a, like, 10-foot wide path that 100... whatever the other distance is.
So 10 feet wide, 120 yards that way.
Yeah, and then as he like turns in a circle, he gets to see different. Like he can tell where it comes from.
Ah, that's pretty cool. It's 1 turn plus 5 rounds per level of the priest.
Yeah, so one turn is 10 rounds. So and that each round is a minute. So it's 10 minutes plus 5 minutes per level.
I guess what I should ask is what are you looking for when you cast this?
So what I'll do is I'll when I first do it, I'm facing towards Darth's room.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you get a strong sense of evil there for sure.
Okay. So here, the spell has a path of detection 10 feet wide in the direction the priest is facing. The priest must concentrate, stop, have quiet, and intently seek to detect the aura for at least 1 round to receive a reading. So every minute, he can get like a 10-foot path at 120 yards, and then he can.
So it says a second level priest, which I am, can cast a spell with a 20-round duration. So I get basically like 20 reads if I want. I just want to do. So I just wanted to do it on Darth, and then I'll point it towards Then I'll point it towards Rich's room, towards Riley's room, and towards Ricardo's room as well.
Are you checking Rich out?
Checking all three of you out.
But you checked out Rich first.
Well, that's because that's who I like the most.
I would say that you get kind of a... You do not detect evil when you point it towards the rest of your party.
Okay. So just evil towards Darth's room, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's such a weird spell, by the way. Because whatever. You do that. That happens.
Okay.
Oops.
Then
Well-
I will exit my room and go out like all casual like.
So you're just walking out of your room. like
Totally
normal-
wasn't casting detect evil everywhere, guys.
Okay.
Just woke up.
All right.
Yawn.
Rich, what do you do? Rich?
I wake up and then go out and get some food. I guess
Okay.
I wouldn't go out and get food, but I'd, arm myself.
By the way,
and,
when you go to arm yourself, you realize that you do not have your sword. Because you didn't pick it up when you left Darth's room the first time. When he teleported away.
Yep. Well, I got my hatchets and I got a spear. So I guess I go over to Darth's room and well, I walk out and I actually knock on their rooms unless they're already out of their room.
I'm already
Unless
out
they're
of
in the
my
hallway,
room.
I'll knock on their doors and talk to them.
Yeah, as far as Cats, you didn't want to do anything. Or I guess both of you didn't want to do anything in the room before you left? Cats and Riley?
She didn't want to do anything.
I'm still, yeah. I'm still like huddled up with like my arms around my knees, really scared. Just waiting for Cats to get up, and I'll follow him.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys
I'll get
see Cats and Riley walk out of the same room together. And as you guys are kind of standing in the hall, a Spriggan comes up to you and says that Lord Darth is waiting
Wait.
for you.
One thing. When Spriggan walks up, when they turn to look, I will give a low fist bump towards Ricardo. If he notices.
Okay. I notice it. I don't like weird it out, but I give him a fist bump back.
You walked out of the same bedroom is what I heard.
Walked out of,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I definitely give
Like
him
a
a fist
wink
bump.
and a...
I'm not, like, I know I'm a human and we're rare, but he's the second last elf.
I just like
Brown
shake my
elf.
head, I guess.
I don't know why you guys aren't, like, congratulating me.
Because I'm waiting for you to be, I was going to congratulate you in private, away from him. Trust me, your time is coming.
Alright.
Your time
Cobblepot,
is-
I guess you see this whole like awkward transaction between the rest of the party.
I'm just kind of watching it with a grin on my face, and I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Spriggan walks up to you guys and says, Lord Darth is waiting in the dining hall and requests your audience, or request an audience with you.
Do
Okay.
it.
Let's do it.
Okay. You walk into this into the room. It is probably, I don't know. I hate using it. It's a really long room. I'm going to try to get away from using actual distance unless you guys request in the future. It's a really long room with a really long table in it. He's sitting at one end, and there are 4 chairs kind of or 2 chairs on each side of him, a couple feet from him at the end of the table. I mean, this table could fit probably like 60, 70 people. It's a really big room.
I start walking towards it.
We can see him?
Yeah. He's just sitting there with his his two bony fingers or bony hands kind of crossed, and there's food in front of him, but he's not, or food in front of him on the table for you guys to eat, but he has nothing in front of him.
Okay. I'll be like, I don't believe I've introduced myself properly.
He goes, yes.
My name is Ricardo del Mar. son of José Antonio del Mar, Lord of la Alameda del Fuego y de las Sombras. At your service.
He's like, do the rest of you have an entrance quite like this, elves? And he looks at
I
Riley.
think you have
and
my sword
Cobblepot.
still.
He goes, oh, yes, we'll have that to you after dinner. There's no need for a sword here. For lunch.
But I, you know, it's my life, you know.
We'll have it brought here in a moment's notice. He kind of calls for a servant, and you see this little bony thing come out from the... basically a skeleton with no clothes on or anything. It's just a walking skeleton. Comes over and leans down to Darth's shoulder, and he kind of whispers something in his ear, and he walks off. He goes, we'll have it brought here soon.
I whisper as this is happening to whoever's closest to me, oh my god, there's a second skeleton.
So, JP, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to type something to you.
Okay.
Is that obvious?
What do you mean, is that obvious? Like, the actual...
If I do that, is
yes.
that it is obvious.
It takes 2 turns to do that, so yes, you would definitely... Right.
But what if I, like, did it under the table, at the dinner table or something? Is it hideable?
Hands above the covers.
Neil, you have to answer this. Where does it say in the spell list if it has, like, a verbal or... like a cast to it, rather
the top
than just
right
being...
corner, if there's a V, it's verbal, an M means material, S means somatic, which is gesture.
Yeah, you cannot do it. You'd have to speak and make gestures to do that.
Okay. So, okay, never. All right, I just wanted to know that. Cool.
They would, if you are doing that, people would see you doing weird things. So it would definitely be noticeable.
Yep. All right, I don't want to do that. I just wanted to know. Okay.
Okay. Do you guys sit?
Yes.
Yes. If we're invited to.
I'll sit down beside Ricardo.
Okay. She said that she sat down next to you, so you guys are both...
Oh, okay.
Like, if he's at the edge of the table, to his left is Rich and... Or, sorry, Riley and Ricardo, and to his right is Cobblepot and Rich. You guys sit down, and in front of you is, like, the best-looking food you've ever seen. It's stuff that you guys haven't seen in ages. Like, whatever your favorite dish is, consider it to be there on the table.
Sweet.
Lomo saltado?
Lamb.
Silly.
There's totally lamb there. Ricardo, let's say that he does know some food from your people, and there is food from your people there that he had prepared. Cobblepot for you. The gnomes love insects, so there's some real juicy insects there on the table.
Excellent.
And for Riley, he didn't know what to put on the table, so he just put a bunch of meat, much like Rich's.
Perfect.
And be like, my lord, where did you learn to make lomo saltado?
He goes, I knew some of your people long ago, and they taught me these dishes.
Does Ricardo have anything brown on his plate?
Yeah, I do.
I'll take the last brown one.
I'll slap his hand off it.
I say I just wanted to try that.
You can try some of my stuff.
Yeah, what do you
some
have?
Bugs. Like really good meat. You want my meat?
I don't really like meat that much, though.
All
But
right.
you can have a bug. I give her a bug.
Thanks, Cobblepot.
I give her like I give her like the grape skittle, like, you know how like grape is the worst skittle? I give her like the grape skittle of bugs is what I'm doing.
Nice.
So, but she doesn't know the difference. But I'm giving her like a grape skittle.
So you
bug.
give her like a
I'm
cockroach.
happy.
Okay.
There's like some fried cockroaches that you're handing her.
Okay.
You're giving her the grape and the fruit salad.
There you go. There you go.
What's wrong with grapes and fruit salad?
Well, clearly the cantaloupe is the best, or the pineapple.
No, the cantaloupe
There's
is
pineapple
the
and
cantaloupe is
cantaloupe.
the filler. That's
No,
it.
no, no,
Grapes are
no.
just
The
fruit
grapes
salad.
are the filler. Cantaloupe is delicious.
Yeah.
I'll ask
Is there any
Lord
fruit salad?
Darth if he knew my dad, since he was like the lord of our people.
He goes, What was your name again?
My name. Well, sir, I am I am Ricardo del Mar, the first, son of José Antonio del Mar, Lord of la Alameda del Fuego y de las Sombras.
That laughing in the background, man.
I love that guy,
Makes
whoever it is.
Darth is just kind of like, he sits there and he kind of smiles and he leans over to Rich and he's like, does he always do that when you ask?
He's a little full of himself.
He goes, okay. He goes, no, I did not know your father. I simply knew a person by the name of, and he kind of like thinks for a second and scratches his head with his bony finger again, making that kind of like chalk on a chalkboard, or nails on a chalkboard type noise when he scratches his head. And he goes, no, I knew a woman from your town long ago. She came up here requesting something, and that's how I learned these dishes. Because
Do you happen to remember her name, sir?
he goes, fuck, I'm trying to think. I was going to say like Catherine Zeta-Jones, but I can't think of anything else good.
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda was her name.
Esmeralda.
He goes, yes, Esmeralda, or however you say it.
No.
He goes, did you know Madame Esmeralda?
Esmeralda del Rio?
I love how everybody's of some body of water. It's like...
He goes, no, Esmeralda de Agua.
Esmeralda del Lago.
De Lago.
Esmeralda del Lago. I cannot recall, sir.
He goes, fair enough. How are the dishes to your liking? And he's asking you this, Ricardo.
They are fantastic.
Okay. The rest of you, any questions or anything as you're eating? He's kind of just silent there with his hands crossed.
So, what is this job you wanted us to do?
He goes, I need people to do simple tasks for me. Some tasks may be different from the others. Keeps things interesting, keeps you guys on your toes. And basically just kind of be people that I can send out and trust to do a job well for me.
Sounds like us.
By the way, there is large goblets of water on the table to drink as your refreshments. With large jars of water inside of it, next to it.
I greedily drink.
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
He doesn't really think anything of this. He just thinks it's normal. Actually, he doesn't drink anything, so
I also store a lot if I can.
kind
of like hoarding water and.
How would you store it?
I mean, I have my flask, right? And
I would assume it's filled with crude at this point. So
Okay,
you just dump the water out on the table?
I won't dump the crude on the table, but I'll dump it into like an empty cup or something.
I'll just be like, hey boss, mind if I take one of these jars?
Because, well, those are really for... You know what? Sure, yeah. Consider it payment for the first job.
Okay.
Did we already finish the job?
Do you ask that?
Yeah.
He goes, no, the job that I'm going to offer you is what this is payment for. And
That's what we get?
yes,
One glass.
it's a lot of money.
No, it's a jar. It's yeah.
One jar.
I mean, there's a fucking waterfall outside.
Let's say instead of jar, a gallon. Just so it's all on the same page. There's a gallon of water next to each of your glass, yeah.
Each?
Yeah, next to each of your glasses that are 24 ounces, yes.
No.
So there's 100. Basically, you guys
Can we
would know
use
that.
metric, JP?
No. You guys would
Makes it
know
harder
that
to call you out.
there's 100 gold worth of water on your on the table for each of you.
Okay. Good.
I drink it greedily.
Okay, yeah, you totally can drink it.
I'm
Everyone
just
else?
watching Darth, waiting for him to eat something.
He doesn't eat. His hands never come unfolded. He doesn't eat anything.
So I look at Rich and I see him like gulping down this water, and I'm like, Rich, looks like you're drinking more money's worth of water than you maybe have had in your whole life.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to be allowed to take it with us, so might as well enjoy it while it's here.
Sure. Enjoying the finer things in life, huh?
It's maybe my only chance to. Not going to pass up this opportunity.
I agree. And I take a big swig of my water too.
Okay.
Me too.
You guys are. Your thirst is quenched. You guys are jubilant. The water tastes as good as any water you've tasted before, etc., etc. And Darth is kind of like, good. You've all eaten, and now let's talk about this job. And he goes, to the east there lies a door that has been closed since I have known it to be. And it has what I think 2 pinpoints on it where human blood needs to be spilled. And now we're
I
not
look at
talking about
Riley.
it. Okay, what do you do?
I just look at Riley like, uh-oh.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Me too.
He goes, now I'm not talking about a lot of blood, just a pinpoint. I simply want you to, and he says you two, he doesn't care anything about Cobblepot or Ricardo at this point. It's like, I simply want you two to investigate and see where this door lies and where it opens up to.
So he's not talking to me or Cobblepot?
No, he just says, I simply want you two, and he looks at Riley and Rich.
I'm like, Lord Darth, you offend me and my class.
Well, you are simply there to escort them, Ricardo.
You couldn't find any other humans for this?
Because you are the first humans I have seen in quite some time.
I'm not even like really human. I was raised by elves. I don't know anything about them.
He goes, but your blood, it is of human descent, is it not?
My blood, sir, is that of the last brown elf.
Second to last, actually.
He goes, what's this guy's name again? Do you know him at all?
Rich Cardo.
Ah, yes, Rich Cardo. Quite simmer down now. He says that to you. And he goes, Riley, Rich, what do you say?
I'd like a moment to confer with my compatriots, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
I look at Darth and I say, "You're a rich guy.
The richest, he says,
Why
smiling.
haven't you ever just brought a human and paid them to do this?"
He goes, most humans tend to... He kind of doesn't say anything. He's like, I've never seen a human live long enough to make it there.
What are we going to face on the way to this? I thought this was like a door you had down the hall. Where is this door?
It is to the east. I could, of course, facilitate some sort of passage over there. I know exactly where it is. I have a couple of guards around it from fear of others wandering into it and perhaps activating whatever this door is, as it needs some
Wait a
sort
minute,
of
but
activation.
if the only people that can activate it are humans, wouldn't you want a couple of humans to wander by and activate it?
The guards are on their lookout, but they do not actively seek humans. Like I said, you are the first humans that have even come into Narsh in several years.
Okay. So we can go to this door, and then what do we get out of this?
He goes, well, the water, of course, which I offered you. And
Yeah, but that was a gift. What do we get for doing this work?
that was payment, if you remember what I said for the first job.
Shouldn't have had that
Lord
water.
Darth,
Now you're
it
binding.
certainly sounds like this is a pretty rare opportunity for you to open this door. Is 100 gold a person really worth this for you? The richest man?
He kind of, you see like his pointer finger come up from his hands, and he's You can see he's getting a little bit annoyed, and he goes, "Look, I can either have you guys go there on your own will, or I could just have the guards come in the room, restrain you, and we'll just drag you there and open the door ourselves."
No, that's cool.
Easier.
Yeah, let's do this. What do you think is on the other side?
Because I don't know, and apparently no one does. I've sent thousands of wizards there. I've sent
Thousands?
thousands. This door has been in this land since as far as I can remember, and I've been here since pretty much the beginning, and it has never been opened.
Do you know how many years that is, the beginning?
He kind of looks up and he's like,
It's like 400 years, right?
he's thinking back, and you can see his eyes kind of darting back and forth. He's like, 200-300 years. It's been so long. A day seems like a second to me.
So I look at Darsh and I request that my
I like
party
how
be
you've combined Darth and Narsh to Darth.
Yeah, I look at
Darsh.
I look at Darth and I request that my party and I are given somewhere to deliberate privately.
He
You
says,
big fancy words, don't you? I just said we needed to talk. You got to say deliberate. Got to make me look like an idiot.
he goes, clearly you have some talking to do, as he hears this. And he goes, I'll leave you be in here. If you need anything, simply call the servant. And you see this little skeleton walk out, and he kind of like makes some clicking noises at you because he can't talk. His jaws just click together. And Darth walks out of the room. Actually, and he doesn't walk. He kind of just like hovers. You don't see feet touching ground. He just hovers out of the room.
Well, shit.
Okay, so in a quiet tone, I address the party and I tell them that I detected, I cast a spell and I detected evil on Darsh. On
Well,
Darth.
Darsh? Who's Darsh?
Darth.
he's a skull,
Well, yeah, he's a skeleton. I
Are
kind of
you really that surprised, Cobblepot?
and yeah,
Right.
he also just threatened to just have guards take us and then spill the blood there. So
I don't really know if I want to help an evil person open a magic door. On the other hand,
it doesn't
maybe-
seem like we have an option, does it?
well, I was going to say maybe we could open it and go through it and protect it from the other side or something. Like, one way or the other, he's going to drag us there. So if we go, we might be able to turn this, we might be able to prevent him from using it for evil.
We shall see. We shall see what's on the other side first.
Yeah, but
We must go.
I
So
just don't
humans
think
can
that...
unlock it, but anyone can go inside?
I don't know, but we're going to find out. I just want to, I don't think we should necessarily give them whatever's on the other side or allow them passage through. Like if it's just going to be us and a couple of guards, we could open it and kill the guards and then figure it out from there and then say someone came by and killed them instead of us. I'm just
There's a
saying,
lot at stake here.
Yeah.
I just don't necessarily want to give over this massive secret of all eternity to a skeleton who our priest says is evil.
We could just, live out the rest of our days in there.
I'm not saying we should do that, but I'm just saying.
We should go and decide there.
Yeah.
Decision to be made.
We
now.
just need to be wary of this guy because he is evil.
There you go, saying exactly what I'm trying to say, but better again. What the fuck, dude?
Just the big words.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Such a better talker than me.
Lord Darth!
He kind of floats back into the room. He's like, now, Ricardo, there's no need for yelling. You called?
Yes, we shall accept your mission.
Perfect. I'll have the high wind get you guys over there by tomorrow. It'll be on the edge of town.
However,
JP.
Oh, yeah.
is there a magic shop here? And can you, buy us some shit because we can never afford it?
He goes, how about this? You guys go over there. I'll send a magic merchant with you. You open the door. and it'll be waiting for you in the airship. And you can get whatever you want from him.
Wait, airship?
Yes, the Highwind. He goes,
You
how
mean
else
like
do you expect to get over there?
So
Would I even know what a boat is? Do we have boats since there's so
You don't know what a
little water?
boat... In this
Okay,
world,
so-
there are airships, but they are very rare. Like,
Okay, so I would have heard of an airship though.
yes.
Okay.
At least once, yeah.
I asked Darth. I say, what became of the thousands of wizards that you sent to the store?
They were paid, and they went on about their lives.
Okay. So, do you expect us to get into any danger in the midst of opening these doors?
He goes, I have no idea what lies on the other side of these doors. I know that around it is my guards, and there will be an airship around, so I do not foresee danger occurring on this side of the door. However, I have no idea what lies beneath, or what lies within.
So perhaps you could give us some sort of equipment in case there is danger on the other side of the door. Would it not make sense to arm us before?
He goes, oh yes, and the skeleton walks in. He's having a hard time holding it up, but there's a giant bastard sword in his hand. He goes, Rich, I believe you left this in my room last night. And he hands it to Rich.
Thanks. I put it away.
He goes, Cobblepot, what were you saying?
If danger does lie beyond this door, then we will need better equipment than we currently
Or upon opening it. Like, we don't know what's going to happen just as it opens. Perhaps 1,000 monsters will come out. We need to be prepared.
He goes, so what you're asking me is to buy you guys equipment. I hire people like yourselves.
we can return it to you at the end of the mission, if that's the problem. We are just concerned mostly for our own safety.
He's sitting there kind of thinking to himself. He goes, well, as long as I get it back, sure, why not? Pay a visit to... Let me pull a name from the chat.
Magical shop?
There's a guy named Hovering Sombrero. That's pretty good. Pay a visit to Nabbit. He's just outside of the palace walls. You'll find his shop on... basically, take a right, take a left, go down a couple ways, and you'll see Nabbit's magical shop.
Cool.
Awesome.
Can we go
All right,
to
so
Nabbit's?
we head to Nabbit's.
Okay. It's been an hour, so we'll take another break here, and we'll come back for the final hour.
Wow, that was quick.
That was a quick hour, yeah. Has it really been only...
It's been 2:13 on Skype, so...
It's been 46 minutes. Yeah, we'll take a break here, and then we'll do a little bit longer of a final hour. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Hour number 2 is over here. Week 4 Roleplay Ehbon, and we'll see you guys in the next hour. Thanks for watching.
Peace.